Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth video. My name is Minel Villalpando. I am the program coordinator, and pretty much on this video we will continue what we talked about on the third video. On this video pretty much we'll go over images, um, go in and explore more on this tag and talk about images in HTML5 and how to use captions and all that stuff. So let's get started. So before that, a little reminder: this is our web page. So any information, any announcements, anything like that, will be posted here. If not, into our social media, our Facebook, Instagram, anything like that. Again, here are our our rules, and the weekly instructional videos on the left. So the rules, pretty much check them out, read them all. If you have any questions whatsoever, please email us. That way we can answer your questions as soon as possible. And then also check out the registration link. That way you're already registered and you can submit your webpage. Okay. And then right here to the left, we have our images, our videos, pretty much. And this link will take you all the way into YouTube, into pretty much our YouTube channel. So as of right now, we only have 3 videos. Our fourth video is going to be posted on Monday. So please, you can subscribe if you want to. That way you're notified when the videos are uploaded. Okay. Also, for our weekly Zoom meetings, here's information. So please email me. There's my email with your name, school, and grade, so that way I can send you the link, and you can answer and you can ask as many questions as you want. The weekly Zoom meetings are going to be Monday and Tuesday from 2 p.m. all the way until probably 4 p.m. Monday is going to be for the in-class MESA class, and then Tuesdays are going to be for our after-school sessions. Okay, so let's get started. So what we have here right now is pretty much a continuation for the third video. The only thing I changed right here is pretty much this line of code. On the previous video, I posted it somewhere around right here, ahead of the subheadings. Something very quick, something just so you guys can see. But if you're creating your web page, you want your links to be pretty much on the top, right before the first heading. That way, you have an understanding of where everything is organized, and where the second page is, third page, fourth page, or so forth, whatever you want to call them, pretty much. Okay. So now, what we're continuing is pretty much explaining and pretty much organizing this better and fixing some stuff. So the first thing that I've noticed that I didn't explain on the other one video is what's pretty much happening right here as of right now. So we have our link to our second page. So I'll click on this and it will take us to a second page. Very easy, super easy. All the files are right here, so you don't have to worry about anything, and it'll load up pretty fast, as you guys can see. The reason why this is a problem is because I can't go back to my home page. I'm pretty much stuck in this page on my second page. I can't do anything unless I pretty much hit run, and it will send me back into my home page. So now, in order to fix this, I pretty much have to set up a link to inside my second page HTML. So this one, let me click on it, that way we're on the same page. This one, the heading, obviously is going to be a little different than the home page. It's not going to say Imperial by the MESA, of course, but a rule of thumb would be after the heading, the main heading. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and we're gonna write pretty much the the opening tag and all that stuff, the element, in order to link this second page, have a link for our home page. Okay, so we go with that. It starts with a, and it starts with a less than sign, a space href, so as a reference, and then we're going to put the name of the file that we're trying to link to. So index.html. So that's perfect. And then we're going to close it, and then we're going to write down the name of this link. So on this one, pretty much I'm just going to go home page, and then we're going to get a little space in between there, and then we're going to close our tag. So as you guys can see, the pretty much it already popped up the window right there, and I just clicked enter. Super easy. Remember, IDEs have tools for you guys to use, so use all those tools as much as you want. Use whatever tools that you feel comfortable with and does the job well. Okay, so we have this. We'll click run. So we go into our second page, and there you go. So we have a link to our home page. So I can go back and forth as much as possible, and that will be the thing that we need in order to pretty much navigate through our web page. Okay, now if I wanted to add another third page to this, I can definitely do that. On the video I explained it too, but on this one I will do the same thing too. So we're gonna add a file. On this one, I'm just gonna put third page .html, and it shows up in empty. Okay, so obviously we need all of this information on the first line and on the second one. So like I said on previous videos, copy and pasting is totally fine. It will help out with all the time that it's going to save us. Okay, so as you guys can see, I did pretty much all that. Okay, I can start with my body. Close my body, and now I have something to start with. So on this one, obviously, I'm gonna go, and I can definitely add another picture, just like what I did on the second page. I'm right now on the second page. Same thing. I can add this whole thing too, and copy and paste it. Go back into our third one, paste it, and instead of second, obviously, what are we gonna change it to? Third. Okay. We then have to obviously reference it inside our home. Okay, so right now this one is very simple, nothing different. We go back into this one, our home page, if you want to call it like that. We press enter, and we pretty much copy everything that is on line 5 up to the point where it gives us the link for the third page file. So I put third page .html. We move the cursor to the right. We close it, and then we put third page, and then we close it again. Okay, and just like what we did on the second page, we also do need the same thing too. Just because we want to navigate and make it a lot easier, we do exactly the same thing, and then put right here third page .html. HTML. We close the tag and we put third page. There we go. And then we close it. And here we go. Obviously, double check everything that has the right spelling. I tend to type a little too fast and then I miss one word, one space, or anything like that. Something that's not supposed to go there. It will mess up the coding, so always double check or just copy and paste. Whatever makes it easier for you. Okay? So now, right here, what we need to do is I need to link the home page. So, and the second page. So right here, I already have it done, the home page. So I just copy and paste it into my third page. And then if I go back into HTML, the index, pretty much our home page, I already have the second page already done. So I don't have to go and type this again. If for some reason I'm too busy or I want to do this a little quicker, I can just do this. Okay, save a lot of time. I don't have to go for this. Go back and back and back and get, and just start typing and all that stuff. Miss a word or anything like that. Copy and pasting will help a lot. Okay. So now on the third page, I can definitely add a picture. I can do something like that. For right now, I'm just gonna leave it like this. This would totally work fine. As you guys can see, second page, third page. Once I click third page, it sends me back to pretty much this, and that's pretty much what we have right now. We just have a heading and reference. If I want to go to the second page, there it is, and this is pretty much the difference between it. Okay, I want to go back to home page, and there you go. So those are the home page. Okay, now what we're going to talk right now is, now that we linked our third page, our second page, and all that stuff in here, I can definitely add more stuff. Obviously, for the rules, we asked for 6 and citation. So definitely you can add a 4th page, 5th page, name them just like that, or name them accordingly to whatever specific information is going to be encapsulated inside each file. Okay, and have a folder for pictures and videos if you want to actually upload videos. For pictures, obviously name them properly. You can just leave them like that too, but remember, you're gonna have to copy the same name over and over again. So my recommendation is obviously have something a lot easier. I left them like this just because it's a lot easier and a lot quicker for me to show you guys. But if I were to write this whole thing down, I would definitely change the pictures. Okay, so now what we're gonna do on this one, and since this one has the picture and it's very nice and centered, we'll talk about the height and width of pretty much the picture and how to control that. So whenever we're looking at a picture, we have to understand that we're not talking about in the width or the height in centimeters, inches, or anything like that. We're actually talking about the pixels and the resolution of the pretty much the device you're looking this website in there. So if you're looking at let's say a 4K, obviously the display is going to be a lot smaller since there's way more dense pixels inside the screen. So it's going to be a little different. It's going to look a little way different than if you have another screen that it has less resolution in there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right here is pretty much add a couple things that I need to explain. So I'm gonna go into the far right of it and I'm gonna add some more detail into it. Okay, So this one right here, I capitalize it, but it should be like this. Okay, we're gonna equal, and we're gonna add quotation marks. So now this one, alt, pretty much is like a little extra markup, HTML markup that we talked about in a previous video. My bad. This one is pretty much a description of the video. So on this one, I can just put logo of Imperial Valley MESA. Okay, so after that, we explain the video. This would be for obviously screen readers or anything like that. It'll be a lot easier for them to understand this. Okay, so now after this, we add width, and as you guys can see right here on the little pop-up window that just came up, press enter and it writes it by itself. It has to be equal, and it has to have the quotation marks right between there. So now we have to talk about the size of it in pixels. So obviously I can definitely have, let's just pick a random number, 600. That way this would be obviously to change the dimensions of the pictures, to fit anything within either this little window that we have here, or whenever I actually open it in tab, and gives me the whole resolution of this whole screen that I have. So it's going to open up real estate pretty much. So right here we have the width, we press space, and then we write height, and again it's right here. The only thing I have to do is press enter, and again same thing as the width. So we have the height equals quotation marks. So now the quotation marks again are gonna be in pixels. Okay, so now these pixels are definitely gonna be they're gonna be in, let's just pick a random number. Now these ones are going to be the height of it. So if you guys can see on the logo is displayed pretty much the original size. Necessarily it doesn't have to be quite big, so I can just go with 200, anything like that. So we click run, go into our second page because that one has the picture, and as you guys can see, it changes drastically. Okay, it changes everything. As you guys can see, the width of it changes. So the width is very wide, the height needs a little bit more, so you can definitely play around with like 300. Again, press right there. Let's go into our second page, and there it is. It's pretty much right there. Okay, so now as you guys can see, my image is a little to the center and it's all the way up. Okay, so what we're gonna add right here is pretty much where to place it. So we're gonna add more detail into it, and this one is gonna be adding to what we just did. So on the element, on the tag that we have right here, on the image sources, is gonna have image space source, just as you guys see right here. The name and where to find the picture. So right there, you can find it in the picture folder that I have right here, and the name of it. The pretty much the description of the image right there. So I put logo of Imperial Valley MESA. It's very simple. The width of it, and right around right here we have 600, my bad, and the height of it will be 300 pixels, 600 pixels and 300 pixels. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna add more stuff to it, and this one always is gonna be a line. I'm going to go with equals again on the quotation marks. Okay, now this one you're going to have to be adding a couple things right there. They're very, very general. So I can definitely go with left, click run, second page, and it pretty much gave it all the way to the left. So that's why the links for the home page and the third page are right here, all the way to the right. So obviously the image is going to be playing a very, very crucial part in this. The other one would be, obviously, the next one would be right. So we go right there, second page, and it pretty much the original picture that we had before, just slightly smaller, and it's going to be to the right. So now it moves the links to the left of it, since this image is going to be to the right. Okay, now the other one, we're going to have 3 sets of alignment for this. So the first 2 that we had was left and right, and the other are going to be top. So we have top, go into a second page, and it should move it to the top. We also have middle, and now these ones work pretty well whenever we have more stuff in there. Okay, so the top one didn't do a lot of things, a very noticeable difference, but if we looked at middle, it's pretty much puts everything next to the link. And then the other one, which you guys can probably guess, it would be bottom. We go again, second page, and it pretty much moved everything. Okay, now there's a lot more stuff we have to deal with this. We have to talk about the JPEG, what type of file it is, and all that stuff. Usually, you want to make sure that you're rendering the right right picture in the right correct file. So make sure it is in there. Rule of thumb would be JPEG if you have a lot of colors, so like a landscape or anything like that. If you're using very monotone colors, or the color is pretty much the same overall, just like the logo, then GIF, PNG, or anything like that pretty much works. As you guys can see, all the pictures that I have right here are in PNG. So the reason why I have these in this color and this is because they're very simple. It doesn't use a lot of different colors, probably around 5, especially the gray one. The gray one uses obviously black, gray, and shades of gray all the way to white. So my pictures are pretty much left like that. Okay, so the last one would be something for HTML5. This obviously works with every kind of browser, because this is a little bit more standard. Now HTML, since we have newer browsers and all that stuff, HTML5 adds pretty much another set of opening tags. So we have one that is called figure, and you add your image right there. Just like what I did right there. And then we pretty much close it. So that'll be one thing. And the cool thing about this is because it adds pretty much a caption into this, and that'll be the easiest thing to do whenever we're looking at this. And then the next thing would be the caption. So we go and press enter, and then write figure caption. Okay, obviously I misspelled it, added an extra R. So we look at it, and pretty much that's what it is. So the caption will be something related with this. Obviously, I'm going to make it a lot easier. I'm just going to put a logo, so that way we can see this run. Okay, and there you go. So the reason why we use this is a lot newer, easier to use it. It will render it quicker. We'll have to play around with this logo and the positioning of the image and all this stuff. Okay, so as of right now, this is HTML. It's a lot easier. You have a lot more stuff to do. Once we start talking about CSS, it will be a style, meaning font, color, anything like that, borders, anything like any sort of color and image and pop-up stuff that we see on a web page would be the CSS, and that one we'll talk more in future videos. Okay, so this is pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions or anything like that, obviously go into our webpage or email me. Okay, thank you very much, you guys.